Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my reviews for Carbon Gray, number 1, G.I. Joe Infestation, number 1, and then Captain America, number 615. I'm going to go through these a little bit quickly, just try to go through quickly because there's 3 of them. Now, I'll do Captain America first. Now, I remember them saying at the beginning, you are not going to believe the ending, things will never be the same again type thing. And I have to admit, they threw me a curveball that I didn't think of, which I thought was really cool. Now, I think the way this whole story was progressing, while I was losing a little bit of interest along the way, I thought this issue here was pretty strong. The battle between everybody here was decent, and I mean the art was cool. I really liked the art. I think some of the poses, though, like for example, this picture of Sharon was kind of dorky, and there's another one of the skull later on, like this one that looks kind of stupid. But basically, the whole purpose of the Red Skull was either, it sounded like if Bucky didn't show up, then she was going to blow up the Statue of Liberty, but because he did show up, it was basically just to give them a black eye, is what they refer to it as. Now, the one thing that was surprising was the ending. Now, there's going to be a little bit of I'm going to give a spoiler. So, if you don't want to know what it is, you might want to skip ahead then. Basically, during the closing arguments, Bucky, says, you know what, the prosecutor's right. Somebody has to I have to take actions for what I did, even though I wasn't thinking. It wasn't my fault. I was under somebody else's control, and it was done by my hands. So I think that kind of turned the tide in terms of what the judge was thinking. So basically the judge, because actually, that'd be very surprising for somebody to do that. Now, the judge basically says, okay, look, I'm going to sentence you to 20 years, but I'm going to consider it time served, and, I don't know if if you're worthy of being capped, but you shouldn't be in jail for what happened. So, everybody thinks he's free, but then the Soviets come up and says, we're here to take him because he's already been convicted. And I think they said Estonia. So that's the curveball that caught me by surprise. So we'll see where this is going to go. I think that might keep me involved with Captain America because I'm curious to see what's going to happen. So, a great ending. Now, let's go with G.I. Joe Infestation number 1. Now, this is the one, if you remember, this is basically stemmed from the Robots vs. Zombie comic. And the infestation was, originally all these zombies coming out through multiple different universes. I mean, from that one universe and branching out into the others. So, this totally caught me by surprise, and I'll explain that in a second. Now, the art is hit and miss with me. There's moments I really like it, and there's moments I just hate it. And I think my hate stems from all the dark shadows, like in the faces and things like that. I think that's where part of my hate is coming from. But there's some really good parts, mostly with the Baroness. The Baroness, usually the pictures with her are done really well. But anyways, basically what happens is the Joes are doing a covert mission type thing. Cobra comes up, and they basically capture them. But what they want to do is they want to find out what's this robotic arm. They killed one of the Joes because he didn't know any better, and they basically are holding, I forgot his name, but he's like a really smart guy. If I remember what his name is, I'll, Hound, that's right, Hound. So, what happens is, this has nothing to do with zombies. You see, the Cobra is trying to create these robots that will be able to recognize that's a threat, that's somebody who's friendly, and then basically just kill everything in between. Kill everything that's not friendly. And what happens is this scientist is trying to also fix it so this way, like, her can fix her leg. She's plugged into a computer network. Hound is like going, look, this arm it's not safe. Don't plug it into anything. We plugged it in. and it almost took over everything. You know, we barely stopped it before it got to our missile defenses. And of course the Barons is like, so why are you telling me this if it's this powerful and blah blah blah? And he's like, look, you don't understand. This thing is or it can think, and it has a purpose. It will take you over and destroy everything. And so, of course, you know, the Baron's just like, yeah, whatever. Well, because this woman is plugged in, when she plugs the arm into the computer system, it takes her over. And then from there, it basically controls these robots. And that's where all hell breaks loose. It's basically, there's these robots, there's a bunch of animals that they were doing testing on, so this way they can work out this part here with the, you know, the artificial intelligence with the robots. And basically, they're all the Cobras are up shit creek, basically. I thought that part was a really cool twist, because I was really thinking that they're going to be nothing but zombies. And since they went robots on this, it makes a lot better sense. Just because, you know, G.I. Joe's more tech-orientated. And I really, really thought this was a great angle. And I'm really, really looking now forward to number 2. So far, out of the Infestation books, G.I. Joe is probably my favorite. Now, with Carbon Gray. Carbon Gray, it's put out by Image, and it has this painted manga-style quality to it. You can tell like the manga style in terms of the faces and things like that. Now, I really like the artwork. Normally I don't like this kind of washed out background like that, but I really like the faces and and then the way the action is. There's a lot of action, and there's a lot of dismemberment. Now, Carbon Gray's basic, from what I can gather, is there's this war going on, and the war almost has this World War II meets Hellgast type feel to it. You know, you can immediately tell, okay, these guys are probably the good guys here, and these guys right here are probably the bad guys. And what it looks like is Carbon Gray, or let's see, that's not their names. Their name is Sisters Gray. These Sisters Gray, they look like a team of assassins. And there's, like, the blood and carnage is just really, like I said, when it gets going, it gets going. And let's see, like, there's that one page here where there's just heads flying everywhere. And this is, like, an interesting story. This isn't, by all means, I don't think, a fantastic story that I would say, oh my god, you need to go out and buy this first issue because it's going to blow your socks off. It's nothing like that. I thought it needs a little bit more, I need more background. Like, right here, there should have been something like, hey, here's generally what's the universe, what's happening in this universe. Because I'm trying to play catch up, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I have no idea what's going on. You do get a little bit here in the back, but it's not exactly the type of all the information I was looking for. What's really appealing to me, like I said, is the art style. I really like the art, and that's probably what's gonna get. That's why I'll probably get the second issue. But anyways, that's my review for these 3 books. This was a winner. This was a good ending, and this was an interesting start. But this is like pet. I guess you can say this like almost like a pet thing for me, where it's like I like it, but I don't think all of you guys out there are gonna like it. Comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down and let me know what you think. And I'll have more reviews up later. So until next time.